Welcome, all you beautiful souls, to your weekly energy update. And this is for October 16th through October 23rd. Of course, these are timeless too. So whenever you come across these, if your intuition brought you here, I'd still watch the video because obviously it brought you here for a reason, right? But if you are watching this during that period, woohoo! October 18th, Mercury is officially out of its post shadow and direct and moving forward. So we should see some more fluidity in our communication and also in our electronics and different things like that. So we had a wonderful journey through that, but we're ready for it to be going forward for sure. Now, Pluto is still in its post shadow. So we have that death and rebirth and transformational energy still going on that we're reflecting on what we learned during the Pluto period. If you want to check out a video from a couple weeks ago that actually had to do with what we learned during the Pluto retrograde. And then Saturn is now going to be going out of its retrograde into its post shadow on October 23rd. So if you aren't familiar with those words, before a planet goes retrograde, where Earth, kind of moves where it appears, a planet is going in reverse, it goes into a pre-shadow period where it starts to slow and it starts to head towards moving backwards in degrees in comparison to Earth. And then it goes into its retrograde where it's really the strong energy of it. You start to feel it in the pre-shadow, but the retrograde is when the energy is the strongest, turning us inward with whatever planet it is to reflect on things. And then when it starts to slow the backward move and start headed back to where it's going to go direct, that's called the post-shadow period. And that's the period where we do the reflection on what we learned as we went through the retrograde for that planet. So Saturn, of course, is all about challenging our beliefs about life, and it kind of rattles our cage and, what's going on? What is this? Does this belief really fit in anymore for you? And that type of thing. So we've got both Pluto and Saturn, death and rebirth, and challenging our beliefs, all in post-shadow, all in this reflective period that starts up. So it's kind of like, questioning huge beliefs in our lives during this period. Our cage was rattled during the Pluto and Saturn retrogrades, and now we're reflecting on, okay, what was rattled and what are we going to do with that information? It's like, is the world ready for unorganized religion? Is it shaking it up? Are we ready to return where unconditional love is our core belief instead of all the rules and everything that we put around love? So a very beautiful reflection period. So for this video, we're going to be asking Creator and Spirit, what inner revelation did Saturn shake out of its retrograde? And then also Saturn is great because it not only is a taskmaster. If you do the work and question your beliefs and the old ways of doing things, there's also a reward that comes with it. So in addition to what inner revelation did it shake out, we're also going to ask what reward is coming. So we'll see what Spirit has to say. Of course, we are going to pull cards for each individual zodiac sign, and we're going to start into yours right now. All right, Pisces, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Into the Lonely Woods deck. Any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box of the video below, so if any of them catch your attention and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. So let's take a look here. This deck is really going to focus in on what, inner revelation did Saturn shake out. What did they want us to question and what kind of was brought to the surface? So one more time here. All right. So for our Pisces, what would you like them to know, please? Okay, they do want this one right here, not that one. And let's see here. So you've got card number 44, a very powerful number. There is one who watches over you. Beautiful, beautiful card there. And we're going to put that right here. And let's see what message comes in that one for you here. And it says, the one who watches over you is compassionate and sage. They often come to you in subtle ways, in the wise shape of a tree, in the luster of sunlit clouds, in the song of water running over rocks. To know you have this guardian is to understand that although there is loneliness, you are never alone. And this watcher is linked to the path of your soul, from your first breath to your last, and they will be with you in the great in-between of your lifetimes. The one who watches over you knows the sacred quest of your soul, and when it feels like you have lost your way, they will remind you of your purpose. Beautiful. So, obviously, what inner revelation did Saturn shake out? I really feel has to do with this loneliness, that you sometimes feel abandoned, you sometimes feel alone, you sometimes feel ostracized, at least from the physical world, right? I know being Pisces, you have a strong spiritual connection, so you definitely intermittently feel this, connection to the spirit world, whether it's to the Creator, to angels, to your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, whatever, spiritual connections that you have developed during this lifetime, you feel those. And this is even a bigger message that you are here on purpose, for a purpose. You're never alone. You have a total backup team that is watching out for you and helping you move in this new direction, this new level of spirituality is what I really feel. And we're also going to pull a card here from the Oracle of the Unicorns and see what else they have to add to that message, and if there's any kind of hint on what reward is coming for this inner work that you're doing regarding looking at the lonely feelings and any pain that you may have chosen for your life when you look to other people that aren't paying attention to you, and that's where that jealousy can come in. That's when we look at others and go, why is everyone paying attention to them and no one's paying attention to me? They care if they're, in their lives, but I don't feel like they could care less if I am. It's all that kind of energy of feeling loneliness. And sometimes you can even feel alone in a crowd, right? So let's see what else. All right. Nope, they didn't want any of those. So what else for our Pisces? What else would you like them to know around this for the energy of this week? Okay, they do want this one right here. They are very adamant that they want that one right there. All right. And do you have imagination? Beautiful card here. And that says, envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. Love it. Love that. And then let's read and see what else. Let me see here. There we go. See what else this beautiful unicorn has to say. It says, your imagination was once wild, free, and magical. Deep in your heart, you believed that anything was possible. And then you grew older and were told to live in the real world. You were told to take sensible action, to be responsible, and to learn facts and figures instead of dwelling in the daydreams. You were led to believe that hard work was the only way to get results. And this thinking cut you off from your magic and blocked you from using one of your most powerful manifesting tools. Now the winged horse call on you to soar back into the realms of your imagination and to use daydreaming as a powerful way to create your reality. Return to your childlike mind that was full of wonder and to your belief in magic and miracles. Instead of being limited by reason, allow yourself to fly high into possibility and believe you can be, do, and have anything. If you can see it happening in your mind, it can become real in the physical. Spend time each day to powerfully dream of what you want. Let your imagination activate feelings of joy and delight and gratitude, amazement and surprise, as if your wildest dreams have already come true. Let those feelings flood your body and stream them back to the universe. Give thanks in advance and surrender the how to the divine. This card also encourages you to go even higher with your dreams and to trust they are closer than you think. And have patience and don't give up right before your vision manifests. I love that, because it also talked about here about, living your dream in a way, right? They said you have a purpose, and if you kind of drift off, they'll nudge you back into your purpose, right? And this is like allowing yourself to dream. Very Pisces energy, by the way. Pisces are the dreamers. Sometimes we can be, have so much energy into the dream world that we can get caught up in illusion instead of reality. And so in our lives, there was some nudging back to balancing that, but we overcorrected. And this is allowing yourself to open back up to your imagination and allowing things to come in. And so the gift that is coming from this rattling of this cage, realizing you're not alone, that there's so much possible, there's so much that you're surrounded with, that you're able to really connect into this, like I said, this manifesting tool that you had shut down because of all the, I'm going to call it feedback, all these opinions of people that were trying to make you live a more realistic life instead of the dream world that you were so excited about living. So there's this beautiful return to that. We're also going to pull from the Tarot of Dragons and see what else they want to add to this message for you, and then we'll pull a fortune cookie for you. So let's take a look and see what else does Spirit and Creator have for you. One more. All right. So what else for our Pisces, please? Okay. I do want to those two. What else? All right, and that's what they say. These are it. So we'll put them like this. All right, and we're going to start with this one down here. And you have the Two of Wands. And beautiful, beautiful energy coming in here. Because the Two of Wands basically has a message that in every moment you have a choice of where you're investing your energy. And you can either invest it in what you feel you're lacking in your life and what you don't want in your life. But when we do that, that expands and that grows. We can switch it up and change into what dreams we want to have come true, what we're grateful for, what is already in our life, and then that expands instead. So you do have this powerful energy that's coming in. This is part of this reward. It's part of the realization that if you focus on who's not in your life and what's not going on in your life, that expands. But if you're grateful for who is and what you do have in your life, then that expands and changes your whole energy, and it attracts things to you. I usually say that, you always have heard of within every individual, there's a white wolf and a dark wolf. And I have my little twist on it where I say, if you feed the dark wolf, it goes and gets more of its friends, and you feed it more, and they're not potty trained. They poop on the carpet in your house. So, it's not very beneficial for you. It gets a little stinky. But if you focus on the white wolf, which is, gratitude and for what you do want in your life in positive ways, the white wolf goes and gets others, and they're potty trained. And so it's a much more beneficial, feeling and odor for you in your life when you choose where you put your energy. So if it feels stinky, then we're focusing on the dark wolf instead of the white wolf, right? So that is the message for that. And then you have the Hermit card. Yeah. So the Hermit card does show, about an inner journey, an inner adventure. And I kind of feel like with this aloneness, this shows you that you're not alone, because this little bright thing here is your connection to your higher self and your soul and your spirit, which of course connects you to the higher realms as well, with this star up here in the sky. And so with this inner journey that you've been going on, it's been on purpose, for a purpose, and really with almost every planet was in retrograde or its pre-shadow or post-shadow, except for Venus. So we were all pointed really into this inner reflection, these things that were all bubbling up inside of us. So I definitely understand this hermit's journey, but it's a beautiful journey because it does take you to places, and you have your soul and this brightness. It almost is like this, unicorn is in that little ball. It's this brightness that guides you on your path and brings enlightenment, allows you to see things that you didn't see before. And then you have the Strength card. Yeah, this is great, because this is about connection to your higher self. The dragon in this picture is your human self, and this is your higher self here. And in the beginning, our human self doesn't know a lot about our higher self, our spiritual side, because it's veiled. We came here and we didn't want to remember our powerful self because we wanted to experience what it might feel like to be small and powerless and alone and all of that. Because on the other side, we don't feel that, because there is none of that over there. And so our human self comes down here, and it's told to look out in the outside world for all the things that it's going to make it feel whole and complete, like relationships and situations like job and education and things like that, and our bodies and our money and our possessions. And it goes and eats of those things, and it doesn't fill it up. It drinks of those things, and it still feels thirsty. So it gets desperate. It gets hangry where it's hungry, angry, and it's breathing fire. And even though our dragon self is not aware of our higher self is always aware of our dragon self. And it comes down not to slay it. I love how they've put their sword down and they're touching the dragon. They're not trying to kill the dragon. They're not trying to put it out of its misery. They don't try to cage it and chain it, and they don't try to manipulate it and control it, because they know what the dragon is really searching for is the unconditional love of the higher realms. It's not getting that in the outside world. And it's very convenient that our higher self is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who is made of unconditional love. And that's what it's giving here. It's touching it, it's hugging it, it's giving it the love that it's been searching for and helping it connect to that higher love from above. And so that hangry dragon turns into a baby little dragon sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling full, no longer thirsty, feeling the love it's been searching for. And then our higher self doesn't take off and leave it like Superman when they come and rescue and then, fly off again. Now that our dragon is aware of our higher self, they walk hand in claw together, or maybe, our higher self rides the dragon, helps guiding it through the rest of its life in a whole different way, seeing things from a different perspective, because it's not so eager or desperate to find its sustenance from the outside world, because it knows it's found everything that it needs from within themselves. So I love that, because the Two of Wands also tells us that every moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And that's an energetic choice that we either choose one or the other in each moment. And then you have the star. So there, boom, this is the connection. This is what's in the lantern normally. So this is a card of hope and connection to your higher self here. So you're definitely getting this nudge to connect more to the spiritual world, to your higher self, to the things that are rooted in unconditional love, rather than the fear of losing conditional love. Yeah. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. So 9 is the number of the Hermit, and any of the 9s that appear in the minor arcana cards are about this inner journey and what you find. The 9 of Pentacles is about finding your abundance and your sense of worth from the inside and not from the outside world. So definitely this fits into this journey that you're having here. And what a reward that comes from this, because, that desperate search for all those things in the outside world is what makes us feel lonely, makes us feel abandoned, makes us feel like we're not worthy because we're not getting the things we think we're supposed to, and we're not getting the fulfillment either from those three areas: relationships, situations, and things. We feel empty, we feel let down, we feel disappointed, but we're being turned inward to where we find this wholeness and this completeness. And I always love the Nine of Pentacles because they're alone in the garden by themselves because they're finding this worth, but Spirit, a feathered beast, is always in the garden with us, which is Spirit, which is what we were talking about before. You are never alone, right? And then you have the Eight of Wands. So Eight of Wands, beautiful, powerful card, because Wands is your drive, your ambition, your inspiration. It's your energy and your spiritual energy. And the Eight of Wands represents a lot of energy coming in because of this. And it also means buku amount of messages coming from the spirit world to you, which means both coming from the outside world, you're going to get synchronicities and signs, whether you see a bumper sticker or a license plate or overhear a conversation or see a sign, get, a rogue email, like a junk mail where the subject line is like means something. You're going to be getting all sorts of communication from the outside world. You're going to be getting emotional messages and mental messages just everywhere. Like this, it's going to be coming in everywhere to you in this following week. So really pay attention, because this has really opened up your connection, thinned the veil between you and the spirit world as you raise your vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. That's the frequency at which spirit speaks. And when you raise your vibration and you turn down the fear volume, which is the noisy, information and opinions that you get from the outside world, all I have to do is turn on the news and watch it for 5 minutes, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're sucked out into the storm, right? And this is about focusing your energy on unconditional love and raising it to that joy and peace and laughter as well. And you'll be able to hear and see these messages and synchronicities so clear. And then we're going to pull a fortune cookie for you here. And this is just the final message that the Creator and Spirit have for you for this week. So what would you like them to know? All right, this is the one here. And you've got challenges. Take time out from problems or conflict, or approach softly to avoid making matters worse. So, like we said, turning down the fear noise, turning down all those challenges, and just stepping away from them, turning off the news or watching something inspirational and humorous and funny, and focusing on things that are grounding for you, for your inner journeys, rather than listening to all the stuff that's going on in the outside world. At least balancing it, right? I know we can't turn it totally off, but not normally anyway. So, balancing it and making sure you're taking this alone time to really connect to the spirit world and turning down that fear noise. I love it. Love it, love it, love it for you, Pisces. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. And then if you click the subscribe button, it does give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there's an all option. And when you select that, then you will be notified of any new videos that do come out on my channel, and also be notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. Yes, you have not heard me wrong. I go every day live on YouTube to provide live readings. Sunday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Saturdays, I bump it back an hour to 8 p.m. Mountain, because I do go on Instagram also on Saturdays at 5 p.m. And then on Friday and Saturday mornings, I am also on at 11 a.m. Mountain, and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Mountain. So if you want to stop by and say hi and check it out, I'd love to see you. Also, doing all these things helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in special and wonderful ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, and subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know that I am so very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and I do offer personal readings. So if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, just check out the description box of this video below, and it'll show you how you can book one of those. All right, all you Pisces, as you go through this amazing week, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.